Hello, everyone, and welcome to the new Strife. I am your host, Wingsltd, bringing it out to you. So, if you notice, now you're in the awesome and current up-to-date as of the 21st of February Strife client. And let's go ahead and take a look if you might be a new player and see what changes we currently have in store for you. If you click on the settings cog in the top right, you can still see that you have your normal graphical adjustment settings. I usually run these on high, and you can only change your graphical settings while in the launcher outside of an actual game. So, do your best to try and have everything fully set up beforehand. And when doing this, I like to use full screen or full screen borderless. It really depends upon my recording and if my hotkeys are working or not. I still would prefer that most people do full screen mode unless you are needing to multitask between a primary and secondary monitor. Disable vertical sync to get more frames per second. Also, always disable frame queuing because that really makes your game pretty laggy. And yeah, just trust me on that. Anti-aliasing, you can bump that up. That uses your graphics card. Shader quality uses CPU and a little bit of your graphics card. Model quality is your CPU. Texture size does of course your RAM, as it says here. Texture filtering, I mean, you can turn to crank this up. It's going to use a lot more of your performance though. Scene buffering, no post-processing is fine. Dynamic lights is fine. So this is for the highest qualities, what I would recommend there. You can of course have scene buffering on if you really want to. I would personally just not, but again, that's up to you. For your sounds, you can see we have the launcher music now enabled. Also, for your regular sound, you can change your sound quality. I usually keep that on normal. You can always select your input. Very helpful whenever you're streaming, and I bump up those sound channels all the way up. And of course, you can do your microphone check. Oh, and look at that. You can hear me double. Ha ha. Now, as far as this actually working or not, not 100% sure. But as you can see, you can fully test your microphone now, which is pretty cool. Sound dampen. You can put that down to 40 right now, I guess, instead of 0. But what that does, of course, is it lowers your actual sound, so you lower team speak of the game and everything else while other people are pushing to talk. Also, your interface, very, very important before you get into the game. Enable or disable your minimap right click. Double tap to activate abilities on self. Send your camera on respawn, I disable, because it allows me to continue looking at the battlefield even when I respawn, and I can start sending my hero where they need to be. Pinning your hero portrait allows it to always be visible. Well, there are all the 3 pins that you actually need whenever you are playing, instead of having to press Alt or Tab and look around and pin everything around the interface like we used to. You can actually do this now here in the little interface part, so I really like that. And of course, enabling and disabling your profanity filter. Your controls here are pretty much stock. You can change these whenever you want. And quick cast on key down, which whenever you press that key down, that's when it's going to cast. Instead of doing quick cast, you press it down and then you release for it to do it. So you can make it really insta-cast or just quick cast. So that's quick cast, that's insta-cast, okay? That's the difference between those. Other things that you really need to know whenever you're first getting into this launcher now, I would say, is basically what everything else does for you if you're a new player. Your friends list here is in the bottom right. You can see all of your cool friends that are on and offline. And also, this is the easiest way to start a party. If you want to start a party, you simply either drag a person's name up and release it and invite them to the party. Or you can click on the invite to invite someone to a party. Then they accept, you all select your heroes, and then play Strife. Your pet crafting menu is of course changed a little bit on the graphical side. Looks pretty spiffy. Crafting, still basically the same here. I just like how they updated the boxes and the borders around the outside of everything. And of course, enchanting your items. As you can see, I only have sadly 2 items left. And I have this fully done. I could temper it with 150 elixir that I don't even have to make sure it doesn't expire, but again, I have not been playing enough because I've been waiting for this matchmaking here. So the prime differences between the original client and the updated client. If you're wanting to play a custom game, you click down here. As you can see, there is one player-hosted game. But while these games will be used for mostly, you know, fun, all mids, and tournaments, they don't give you chests. I believe is what they said. So player hosting games won't give you chests. If you want chests, you actually have to hit the play Strife button, which brings you to this awesome screen. You no longer do you have to wait and fight for what hero you want to play and this and that and the other, right? You can choose your hero. Well, not can. You have to choose your hero first, and you can choose whether you want to go against players or bots. And if you want to go solo, or have your friends. And there is the party voice chat. Bada bing bada. Oh, look, it shows the icon. Maybe voice chat works now. Hey. Oh, we gotta test that out later. If voice chat works in the game, that changes everything. Oh my goodness. So, at least the party voice chat icon looks like it works. So that's fantastic. I can see so much BM and toxicity coming out of myself for this, but shh. Anyways, you can also hit repick here to choose whatever hero you want, and then you'll be matched with people of your skill level and with comparable heroes to make a decent team. Of course, you can select your pet here, and you can actually edit your guides now outside of the game. Oh, mother of God. I'm gonna have to tell people about this later. I didn't know that we could do that, but yeah, you can edit your builds outside of there. So incoming guides and stuff like that for everyone to really make stuff work. So I can edit the build, change it around, and we'll actually come up with some guides here for you guys with a video shortly. But with this new information, I'm actually gonna stop this video. Hopefully it's been very informative for everyone, so you know how to navigate yourself around the new client. If you have any questions, make sure you post them below. If you like this video, make sure that you also comment, like, and subscribe. This has been Wingsltd.